Hey, Zane Griggs here. Today I wanted to share a book that my wife and I are reading. It's called Grain Brain. It's the surprising truth about wheat, carbs, and sugar, your brain's silent killers, written by David Perlmutter. He's a neurologist who has written this book and one or two others about how your diet and exercise, basically your lifestyle, can benefit your brain function, cognitive function, particularly leading into old age when we tend to get Alzheimer's or even ALS, Parkinson's. And so how our diet and activity levels are affecting where we end up. Of course, obviously tell by what I just told you, he's not a big fan of carbs, sugar, and wheat. So he mentions in here the Framingham heart study, which I don't know if many of you have heard of that, but it's one of the biggest heart studies ever. It started in 1948 with just over 5,000 people in Framingham, Massachusetts, and they followed these people through multiple generations now, since 1948, studying health markers, primarily looking for correlations between diet and originally it was heart health, but they're looking at all sorts of other health markers now. But there's a Dr. George Mann who's a major researcher on the Framingham heart study, and he quotes him as saying, "The diet heart hypothesis that suggests that a high intake of fat or cholesterol causes heart disease has been repeatedly shown to be wrong, and yet for complicated reasons of pride, profit, and prejudice, the hypothesis continues to be exploited by scientists, fundraising enterprise, food companies, and even governmental agencies. The public is being deceived by the greatest health scam of the century." So basically everything we've been hearing about saturated fat and cholesterol being bad for us and bad for our hearts is wrong. He's calling it a scam. This is a researcher with the biggest heart study in the country, been running since 1948. Okay? If this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and looking at correlations of people over the last 65 plus, really 68 years, I'm not sure who would. But this, again, it's a great book. That's just one little snippet just to help drive the point home. Our scare over saturated fat and cholesterol is non-existent, is a scam, truly. It's being used to sell us supposedly healthy food, and it's actually affecting us negatively because they're finding that Alzheimer's, they're calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. Not because diabetes leads to Alzheimer's, but because many of the same lifestyle choices that we make lead to Alzheimer's, that also lead to diabetes and heart disease, which is a high sugar or high carb diet, insulin resistance. Okay, those things are causing the plaques in the brain that create the Alzheimer's, that slow down the circulation, actually cause brain shrinkage. So great book again called Grain Brain, Dr. David Perlmutter. You should check it out if you have any curiosity about keeping the old noggin going as you go into your golden years. Talk to you later.